It may be difficult to get a sense of this through the TV screen, but this firearm that I'm holding now, the Springfield Armory Hellcat, is basically the same size, almost identical, to the polymer frame striker-fired single-stack semi-automatics of our day. Currently the gold standard of concealed carry, but known to only hold about 6 or 7 rounds of 9mm. This gun is virtually the same size as those, but it holds a lot more rounds. The Hellcat ships with 2 magazines. The first one is an 11-rounder, and this either comes with a pinky extension or included is a flush-fitting base plate to absolutely reduce the profile of the gun down to its most minimal dimensions. Also included is a 13-rounder. Now consider this. This holds 13 in the magazine, plus 1 in the chamber. You're talking about 14 rounds, almost the same as a Glock 19, but in a package that is significantly smaller. In this way, the Springfield Armory Hellcat has definitely reduced the compromise when it comes to firepower and maintained the status quo when it comes to portability. But the features don't stop there either. This is also a really well-designed firearm in terms of its ergonomics and shootability. Let's start with the ergonomics. The polymer grip frame has perhaps some of the best texturing we've seen in a polymer gun. It's a very sophisticated form of texturing, and I've found through hundreds of rounds with this gun that it works very well. But it doesn't stop there either. Also included are finger rests on both sides of the dust cover. What these allow is either the trigger finger to find a resting point when not actively shooting, or for the support hand, if you take a high grip, that thumb can come and rest right here. It's another natural kind of resting point or a indexing point for your shooting grip. Very well thought out. The controls, though small, are very effective and easy to use, and there is a little bit of fencing to prevent inadvertent activation of the slide lock and release. It's also worth noting here that the magazine release is reversible for left-handed shooters, but the other controls are left side only. Moving up to the slide, we see other features that make this gun very easy to handle. For one, we do have cocking serrations both fore and aft. So if you're into doing the press checks, you can certainly do that, although you also do have a loaded chamber indicator, basically a window on top of the slide and the barrel hood to allow you to do the same thing. You'd be able to see a loaded chamber through that port. Taking a closer look at the sights, we have a white outline U-notch paired with a very bright tritium-powered night sight. Moving back to the dust cover for just a moment, this does have a single notch accessory rail for mounting a light, laser, or other accessory. Now with the Hellcat, not only are you getting perhaps the most capacity, the largest capacity of the micro-compact semi-automatic pistol platforms, you're also getting from the start a model variation that is ready to accept red dot optics. In this case, we have the Springfield Hellcat OSP model. As you can see, the slide has been milled to receive, in this case, a Shield RMSC red dot sight. And while we could spend an entire episode talking about just this gun, one feature I do want to point out though is that it uses the exact same sights, and because of how they milled the slide, you can actually co-witness your irons, the same sights as on the non-OSP gun, right through the window. It's clear that Springfield, in introducing the Hellcat, took its time, did it right, and produced a gun that is well thought out and meets at least my standards for both firepower and portability.
For more reviews of firearms and shooting gear, check out the latest edition of American Rifleman the magazine,